really do anything but like aggregate all the data and then give it to someone else to do the job. So
That's
you're a glorified middleman, but that's fine. Whatever you tell yourself, man.
Is that what you're gonna call, you know, every politician ever?
You're a data collector.
Middleman?
No, you're just a data collector.
I bring ideas to the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Creed.
I made a beautiful graphic. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
Yeah. Well, there's your
The
loss.
Forge is a dirty place. I try not to go there.
And as we get into this game, we got sword, we got spear. Dobrein doesn't have a sword himself, but he does have the scythe. We'll see how long he's able to keep up with these strings that we were talking about earlier.
Now, Dobrein is usually one of those players that looks for that white to orange string. Like, he waits to get that dodge and then strings you to orange. That is just the way he plays Scythe. It's not going to be that 2 to 3 hits at a time like Atrophius is going to play. Creed, are you pulling up that graphic right now? Creed is literally pulling up that graphic for me right now. This is land. Good lord.
Chase dodge side and up from Dobrein. I feel like he was the first person we saw really using that. Since then, we've seen a good number of players pick it up, but it's very rare that I see people actually get punished for doing chase dodge side and up. So Dobrein's clearly onto something.
I think it was maybe him and Boomy. And I think maybe a little bit Effie as well. Effie was one of the people that I saw doing it to go into Gundare, just as a more safe way to approach with Gundare. He used to also diagonally chase dodge upward as well to get that Gundare.
Right. It's always better to have iframes if you're going to do instead of a jump dare. Dobrein trying to deny that weapon from Wilson. Wilson not having it. Picked up the sword stare. He's very happy. He just, you saw that with the fist at the camera. That's for you guys.
I mean, you can see Wilson smiling right now. Wilson's an animated person. We've been talking about animated people a lot today. Yeah. Wilson's one of them as well.
Dobrein's not.
No.
Dobrein, when I see Dobrein play, I'm a little bit scared. He looks like he's gonna kill me.
He's intense. Like he's intense. He's an intense guy.
He's got a little bit of murder eyes.
I mean, he's Putin's golden boy. He is the Kremlin gremlin. He is the Red Scare. He is. I wish I still had all the names written down that I had for Dobrein.
Wilson trying to throw his weapon, does manage to get it. Picks up the sword. Looking to rack up a little more damage as he keeps this lead on Dobrein. Manages to hit the side sig. Dobrein. Or not the side sig, the down sig. Dobrein is unable to get the kill option on Wilson.
How many times has Dobrein tried to poke with that downlight and Wilson just jump and hits him with a dare? Like, that's happened so many times, and the downlight is usually, that's primarily the combo starter that Dobrein goes for. He tries to keep them at distance and poke with that downlight. That's the way we've seen him play Scythe for quite some time now.
Dobrein just pulling out every move he can. He knows he needs the Nair default, the recovery, all these kill options, but Wilson, oh, okay, that's not quite going to be it. I thought he was going to go for a Nair. That recovery from the right side of the stage isn't quite going to do it, though. It's going to send Wilson leftward and bounce him off the stage. And so Dobrein is going to continue to not be able to get this kill yet. There, and Nair ult is going to send him to the left. I thought he was going to go for a Nair default. There it is, the downlight ult.
That's going to be the one that has more force on it. That's what he needed there. He didn't need the damage. He didn't need the force redirection or anything like that. He wanted the stronger force in the same direction that he initially aggressed with. There's the recovery. He's looking for that offstage play. He wants that Hail Mary. He wants to delete this second stock that Wilson is virtually fresh on right now.
Ooh, does manage to get the Nair ult off the island. I've seen him do some incredible stuff getting Nair ults off the island, but he didn't do anything then. I don't think he was quite expecting Wilson to end up falling below so quickly. Wilson hadn't taken very much damage, so he didn't get a lot of stun off of that.
Very, very slow play. We've already gone 4 minutes into this game. Now, at Dreamland, like, people played a lot faster on land. Like, Boomy, he literally never stopped attacking.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Boomy
and Noel was probably
stopped attacking. It was ridiculous. But this is an extremely slow game. Obviously, we saw ERAM earlier playing a slow game as well. Starlight's played some slow games today as well. There's the neutral signature coming out of Wilson. Two-stocking Dobrein.
Wow.
That's pretty big. Like, that's pretty big. We've seen some upsets today. Like, obviously, Compute made it way farther than a lot of people expected him to do. There are possibly many more upsets. This would definitely be an upset. It'd be an upset for EU.
Dobrein's
It'd
thinking.
be an upset for Dobrein as well.
Look at that thinking.
Yep.
That is a man who does not know what he wants to do.
Should he swap characters, in your opinion?
Oh, against the I think so. I think so. I don't think that sight's not working. The down lights are not connecting, and and Wilson's punishing. But it sounds like he's sticking with it.
What would you switch to?
It's hard for me because I'm not Dobrein. I just go right to Katars. I
If
don't
you
know
were
what
Dobrein.
I don't know what Dobrein's kit is though, because all in my head, Dobrein is Scythe.
Yep.
And if the Scythe's not working, what on earth do you do then?
It's been kind of specifically Mirage for a very long time. I'm looking at back at some of his recent character picks in tournament here. It's a pretty long list, but it's people that he's played like a couple times.
3, 2,
it's mostly
1,
been the Mirage,
brawl.
but he's played Orion, he's played Brax, he's played Nash, he's played Wushong, he's played Maraza, he's played Brennan, he's played Cassidy, but it's been mostly the focus on Mirage. Some of these other ones, like at the bottom, like the Maraza, the Brennan, Cassidy, have just been when he randomed in tournament. So those weren't even conscious choices by him. So it's really been this Mirage, and if that's not going to work, which it didn't game 1, and it didn't by a long shot in game 1.
Good sidelight neutral sig. I see a lot more jumping off of that. I don't think he's going for nearly as many downlights unless he knows he can't get punished by them. You saw that downlight he did on Wilson. Wilson was very far away. It was really more of a, I'll throw out a hitbox. If Wilson wants to try to punish, I'll be there, out of recovery frames, ready to hit him.
Now, you know that, I mean, usually in the air moves give you a lot more recovery in terms of recovery frames compared to ground moves. They also have a lot more force, which is why people kill with a hammer side air, axe side air, things like that. But it's really not that much different. It's only a couple frames different in the air compared to the ground. Like neutral light and down light are both 17 frames of recovery compared to neutral air is 18 and side air is 19. So not a huge difference there. So now that he's going to the air, he's not really frame-wise putting himself at much of a disadvantage at all. It's literally a couple frames.
I mean, I remember when Scythe first came out, downlight, people were like, this is ridiculous how long the recovery is. I'm never using this. Ooh, Dobrein manages to land 4 hits in a row with those downlight nair chaining. You know, I sort of wanted to see him after the second nair go for a regular nair instead of a nair alt and follow up with a side air instead of going for that that downlight again. Of course, you can only do that for so long. There's a lot of frames between nair alt and downlight.
He has the damage lead, though. He has the he has the stock lead right now. Wilson, you see him pacing back and forth. He's looking for the kill option. It's going to be that Qatar recovery, sending Dobrein up and to the left. Not a huge lead, though, even though Dobrein was able to take the first stock.
Taking his time, getting to this weapon. There it is. That's going to be the Scythe. And Wilson goes for a downlight or down air into side light, tries to get that dodge read that he wants to follow off of. Dobrein dodges through him, looks for the nair, can't quite find it. And Wilson's taking his time with the approach. Like you were saying, a bit of a slower game. Both of these players are very conscious about where they use their moves, what can and cannot be punished.
And he's kind of sitting where you like to sit in that 45-degree angle. You see him jump twice, sit there for a moment, and then fast fall down. He gets those jumps back very quickly, gets his recovery in air movement options back very quickly, and then he goes back to that 45-degree, gets the neutral signature. That could be all but the stock, and it is the stock with the weapon toss. And now Wilson has the lead on young Vladislav Skor-Bogotov.
That's the second time he's landed that neutral signature.
Yep.
That's a pretty rare feat.
I mean, we saw it a lot from Noel and Twos yesterday as well. Like, I've seen more neutral signatures hit from Asuri Qatars than I have in a very long time this weekend alone.
Dobrein manages to clean up the stock very quickly. Gets the recovery, turns things around before Wilson can get any sort of substantial damage. But Dobrein's Mirage is looking better than last game. You know, he thought about it a lot, but I think he said internally, I can do this, this, and this. And do better than I did the last game. And clearly, whatever that is, which I think really has to do with being in the air more.
Yep,
being
absolutely.
On the ground. It's been working better, but I am worried because A, you know, he could not make this game happen. It's definitely very close to B. Even if he does make it happen, that's another game for Wilson to adapt. I'd like to see Dobrein switch characters next game, if we get to it.
I would actually, when I was asking him who he's going to play in twos, he said there's a chance he'll play Jala. I actually might like to see him play Jala. Obviously, Jala's going to have the sword. He has those gigantic hitboxes in the air that he can just command so much space, especially in Great Hall here, in the kind of middle area that's surrounded by the soft platforms and then the main platform. You can command so much area with that. It was many months ago I was sparring Boomy. It was on this map, and he had an axe, and he was able to command so much space with axe recovery into exhausted axe recovery. It doesn't send you as far, so you're kind of right in that middle area, commanding so much area with your axe hitboxes.
I do think it's very curious Dobrein is not going for regular nairs into side airs, and instead really trying to hammer out those nair ults, especially since he's the one who put a damper, or who really tried to...
He didn't touch.
Ooh, takes game 2 against Wilson. But what I was saying, Dobrein, he's the one who submitted the nair regular recovery reduction to clean up nair Sayer, saying, hey, everyone always does nair alt into downlight when it comes to Scythe. Forge Scythe rep made the change, isn't actually using it.
Yeah. We see him use it every now and then. It's extremely rare, though. Initially, before that change, he said the only time a good Scythe player does a normal nair is when he misinputs the reverse nair.
Was that before or after he made the change?
That was before the change.
Okay. I'm sure that comment was very much a factor as to why he decided to submit that change to the council. But, I mean, here he is, still not quite using it. Maybe game 3 it's time. He didn't switch characters, so this Mirage better be in tip-top shape. Wilson, on the other hand, he did lose out game 2, but...
It was close.
It was close.
Both were last stock red.
And I fully expect Wilson to make gameplay adjustments accordingly.
He's still playing very, very aerially. I expect when there's a weapon spawn, Dobrein will probably drop this spear for a Scythe. He really doesn't like spear very much. I don't think he plays Mirage for the spear. He plays for the stats. He plays for the Scythe. He plays for the signature kit. I mean, obviously, spear is a strong weapon in the current meta. It's going to be stronger than guns. It's stronger than gauntlets as well. He does kind of have a Mordex in his back pocket, but the lack of guns being strong right now are going to be a reason he doesn't play Nyx. And gauntlets being a little bit weaker compared to spear are going to be why he's not automatically going with the Mordex.
Dobrein not quite getting the kill there. Wilson unarmed himself, and Dobrein really tried to take advantage of that, but then he went for a downlight regular instead of an ult to send Wilson off stage again. I guess he didn't expect to get a full edge guard on an unarmed Wilson. Wilson lands a neutralite. Very close game. Again, Dobrein had an early lead, but it looks like Wilson's coming back from that. Doesn't get the ground pound.
That lead is starting to dwindle just a little bit as Dobrein really struggles to find these kill options. You've already seen him throw out the side sig. You've seen him throw out the down signature as well. He just did the weapon toss into the... he tried to get the neutral heavy on unarmed. Wasn't able to find that either. He's just struggling for these kill options, and Wilson has basically evened up the damage in this time. They're both pretty much at kill percent right now.
The dare does manage to catch Wilson, but it's unable to send him down on the stage. Instead, it bounces him off the stage. Wilson going for a neutralite into recovery. I haven't seen Wilson do neutralite dodge reads. He always just goes straight for the recovery. Sights it!
Finally, Dobrein is able to get that kill, giving himself just a little bit of a lead, throwing away that spear, trying to get that sight back. That's going to be his damage weapon. Even though he can struggle sometimes finding kills with it, it's going to be his damage weapon. Wilson coming in fresh on his second stock. Dobrein is looking for damage.
Tries to get that sights again. Can't quite find it. Wilson coming around. The weapon, though, isn't going to work. The ground pound almost connects on Dobrein, but good spot dodge on his part. Nair is going to send him upward. Dobrein looking to even land a single hit in the stock lead he has. But every single time he tries to get back on stage, it's that side stick, and none of those are connecting, and he is getting punished. It's not an edge guard punish. He's able to make it back on stage, but really, is that worth it? He still hasn't gotten a single hit on Wilson on the stock.
But he hasn't lost his first stock until I say that. Wilson gets the downlight into the side air, middle of the stage, taking out that second stock. Dead even game. It is so close between these two players, way closer than I and I'm sure a lot of others would have predicted.
Wilson's done a fantastic job on these guitars, maneuvering around Dobrein, getting in those hitboxes he needs to as approach options. Dobrein pulling out those downlights. He's looking for the jump there. Still can't find anything. Wilson is always where Dobrein Wilson is not where Dobrein needs him to be. Good neutralite into turnaround recovery from Wilson. That's sort of what I was looking for. Dobrein made that switch to moving behind Wilson. I don't know if that was some intentional conditioning, but it certainly worked. Now both players in the orange, yet again, dead even.
Neutralite into the recovery coming out from Wilson. The standard Qatar bread and butter nowadays, and has been for quite some time. Dobrein looking at zone from that weapon. Chase dodging away, giving Wilson a little bit of room to go grab that sword.
Almost connects the first Sair, but does connect the second Sair. He does not have a recovery. He's not going to be able to make it back. Dobrein going to reset now. He needs to get the kill on Wilson.
You saw Wilson kind of pump his fist in a little bit of victory. You saw Dobrein shake his head there. Dobrein's falling behind. This is game 3.
Wilson going for that neutralite into recovery yet again. Does get the sidelight punish on the spear sidelight. Gets another sidelight, but no neutralite afterwards. Dobrein comes in with a nair, catches out Wilson, looking for another kill option, but he's going for a lot of nairs. I think he just needs to get Wilson used to those nairs. They can pull out one quick side air, one quick recovery, get the kill. The down 6 not going to be it. Wilson comes in with a recovery, gets more damage on Dobrein, who's already in the orange, as he struggles to kill Wilson, throws away the spear, picks up the side, tries to go for a neutral 6, still not going to work out for him. He's not getting this kill. There's the neutral.
Finally finds it. I don't think he's tilted just yet. I can't remember who told me yesterday. It was in the 2v2 game where he got knocked out of the tournament. It was once he starts chain dodging and chase dodging everywhere. That's when you know he's tilted and he's nervous and he's going to throw the game. I can't remember who told me that. It might have been Kyler.
Is this Dobrein?
Yeah. Talking about Dobrein.
That would surprise me, because it really feels like in early neutral is when he likes to do those dodge in, dodge ups. And
no, I'm talking about chain dodging everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, can't quite get that side zig, but it did catch the ledge, which I think helped him out, because Wilson would have been ready to punish a full length side zig, not the stuff. Ooh, is able to punish Wilson as he goes for a raw side signature. Can't get the downlight. Maybe pull out another one. No, he's not going to bother. Oh, he does get that one and turns around with a neutralite into Nair alt. There's a downlight. There's a recovery. Send Wilson flying. The weapon that was not going to connect. He's got Wilson on the ropes, but he has no weapon to finish him off with. Does have the spear. Does pick up the scythe.
Mistimes the unarmed downlight. He was probably looking for the downlight into a ground pound, possibly downlight into a recovery. Finds the scythe recovery there, barely keeping himself alive in the last minute. Again, last stock red. He was actually behind for most of that final stock, almost the entire final stock, until he was able to get that kill. It took 2 recoveries towards the end there. Keep in mind that was winners semifinals